Look at this. We got a little winter theme. Isn't that sweet? Okay, I'll keep it. Oh, this is the light theme. What does dark theme look like? Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's winter. Christmas. We'll keep it. It's not hard on the eyes like light mode is, so at least I don't think so. Tell me in the comments. Okay. What are we on? Chapter 145, Ninja versus Wizard. Our first chapter after the little total drama miniseries. Rin, Eileen, and Lola are in the simulator doing an exercise. Ah, good to be back. Me, Veri, Lincoln. Hold on. Okay, me, Veri. Oh, okay, me, Veri, Lincoln, Laney, Lisa, Lily, Sakura, Hinata, Inofu, and Pakura, who I don't remember who she is, were in the control room. The simulator activated, and Rin, Eileen, and Lola found themselves in the world of Harry Potter in the Hogwarts castle had been completely destroyed. Dude, the Deathly Hollows. Hallows. What's this from? That doesn't look like it's from the movies. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Whoa, says Rin. Holy princess ponies. What happened here? Asks Lola. I've watched all the Harry Potter movies. This is the Battle of Hogwarts. Voldemort and the Death Eaters are behind all of this, says Eileen. We have to stop this. Let's go, says Rin, Eileen, and Lola went inside and found the halls destroyed and all the staff of Hogwarts were killed. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. What happened here? Asks Lola. Take a guess. The Death Eaters did this. They killed all of the staff, most of them, says Eileen. This is horrible, says Rin. They walked around and found some wizard kids on the floor, barely alive. Some were dead. You know what never made sense to me? How people kept sending their magic kids to Hogwarts, even though every year some big disaster happened, and I'm not absolutely certain, but I'm pretty certain every year at least one kid dies. You know? Like I don't know how the magical school system functions, but like I don't think many people would send their kids to an actual real school if they knew every year at least one kid died. Whatever. Oh God, British accent. Getting ahead of getting ahead of ourselves. These kids are dead, says Rin, observant. A kid groaned. It was a girl with blonde hair, and she had a broken wand in her hair like a pen. She's still alive. Hold on. She's still alive, says Eileen. Who are you all? Asks question mark in a British accent. I'm Rin Nohara, says Rin. I'm Eileen Carter, says Eileen, and I'm Lola Loud, says Lola. Rin started healing her. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Just in case it becomes important later on that they can't heal them. Keep that in mind. My name is Luna. Oh, it's Luna. Wait, aren't all of them gonna have a British accent? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do a British accent. I'm Luna Lovegood. Who is Luna actually? Blonde hair, yeah. She's the like kind of strange girl who can see the black skeleton Pegasus things, if I recall. And her dad can read wands. No, the goblin can read wands. I'm thinking her dad tells Harry Potter and gang about the Deathly Hollows or something like that. Okay, I'm getting off track. Sorry. I know my reputation as a very cool jock type person is being um ruined by my knowledge of the Harry Potter universe. Forgive me. My name is Luna Lovegood, and we're under siege by Voldemort and the Death Eaters. Says question mark. We can see that, says Lola. He caught us all completely off guard, and he killed everyone. Harry Potter is dead, and we lost. Thanks, Rin. I know she's thanking her for the healing, but it kind of sounds like she's blaming Rin. Says Luna. No problem, says Rin. Voldemort is a wizard that's pure evil, and he wants to take over the world, finish what Salazar Slytherin started by ruling over the world with an iron fist. and take care of everyone's free will. Why did they even make Slytherin a house in Hogwarts if Salazar Slytherin was such a bad guy? Who cares? That's horrible, says Lola. Living in a world without free will is a fate worse than death, says Rin. I guess. I mean, it depends what I'm being forced to do. Obviously, they're not letting me play video games. I have to read books instead of play video games. That's bullshit. And that's how a revolution starts. But if they're like forcing me to play video games, then dude, dictatorship all the way. Oh no, the fabric of my sock is coming undone. Okay, dude, I'm getting way off track. I don't know why, but my brain is not in it right now. That's the thing. I was like super in the mood to do this and everything. I think I'm just in a good mood, and that makes me highly distractible. Oh well. Ruling over the world of fateless and death. Rin takes 2 steps up the stairs and ignites her aura of fire. Super Smash Bros. Zero 2 theme plays. What? Like I only know the do 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 do, and maybe one from Brawl, but I'm not certain. But why? Why is this happening? Nothing's. Whatever. Just keep that in mind. I'd play it, but I got copyright on the last audiobook because of the sea shanty that I played and sung at the same time. Not like a strike thing, just like notifying me that I used copyrighted material. Not that not that there's much to lose. Anyways, Luna, find any survivors and get them out of here. I'm going to face Voldemort myself, says Rin. Go get him, Rin, says Eileen. Show no mercy, says Lola. What is Lola gonna do? I won't, says Rin. Rin released a super powerful fire aura and she spread her wings made of pure fire. That's so cool. On the roof in the courtyard, Hermione Granger and Ginny Weasley were hiding. I know you're all here, says Voldemort. Ha ha, mwahaha. You can't escape, says Voldemort. I said that twice. Suddenly, massive explosions and jets of fire exploded out of the floor and walls and engulfed everything in a massive conflagration of raging fire. The flames killed Bellatrix Lestrange and the Death Eaters in an instant. All the Slytherin kids were killed as a result. Whoa, hold on. Satanic music played as Voldemort was looking for a way out, and he saw a figure in the fire. Rin came out of the fire, and she was like the devil himself. The Slytherin kids, huh? Now, I might be mistaken, but I don't think any of the Slytherin kids, other than, being the stereotypical bully in all the fucking Harry Potter movies, they don't deserve to die. You freak. God damn. Like, the worst of them was what? Draco Malfoy. And even him, he only joined the fucking. He's the only one, I believe, who joined the Death Eaters because his parents were on the side of the Death Eaters and wanted him to join it. Like, hello? Fucking kills them all right. What our hero, everyone. They're the good guy when they're compared to the devil himself. The devil himself, says Voldemort. The devil himself, says Voldemort. Wrong. I'm a shinobi, and you're going to pay for your crimes, Voldemort, says Rin. Ha 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 ha. You can't win, you stupid girl, says Voldemort. Now that's evil. Misogyny? I've never seen more evil. Rin threw a fireball, and it hit Voldemort in the face and burned him. Now he would have just repelled it, you know? Stupefy! What else? Avada! Of course he's gonna do Avada Kedavra. Expecto Patronum. Leviosa. Fuck, what else? Um, Ignario? Ignoramus? It's something for fire. Anywho, I went to crap. What is it? whatever theme park, Universal Studios. I went to that, and I went to the Harry Potter land, and I got a little, not a little, I got a gigantic wand, and it's the type that has a little sensor on the end, so that you could go around like the Harry Potter themed area and like interact with stuff. Do, it's like you're performing your own spells. It was very what's the word? Inconsistent, but it was awesome. And the one I got was so sick. You could have gotten like one of the ones from the movie. You could have gotten Harry Potter's wand. You could have gotten Voldemort's wand, Dumbledore's wand, any of those. That's lame. Okay, I'm unique. I'm a unique person. So naturally, I got the one that's a gigantic snake with a skeleton, like in its mouth or something. And it's the sickest thing. I've still got it, and it's the sickest thing. And sometimes it feels more like a club if you hold it from the thin end. Uh, you'd have to see it. Maybe I'll even put up an image, but I'll forget. So don't. But it was sick. I would absolutely be a Slytherin or a Ravenclaw. No, I took a test. I'm a Ravenclaw. I know that. We don't do much though. Anywho, he dropped his wand and Rin grabbed it. Okay, and it glowed and suddenly turned into a sword. Okay, it was a fireblade sword, and the hilt was red gold and had flame jewels, and the blade had fire around the blade. Okay, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it, sure. What a cool sword. It's over, Voldemort. You're finished. Finished, says Rin. I will never be finished. I'm dipping into Donald. I will continue Salazar Slytherin's work, says Voldemort. Your work, quote unquote, is a world without free will, and we can never allow that to happen, says Rin. Is that even what they're doing? I thought they were just like extremists, purists. They wanted to kill all the non-magical people and all the mudbloods. Whatever. I don't remember. There will only be wizards and the muggles will be our slaves. Okay, well maybe that's it. The weak will die and the strong survive. Dude, I have no idea what Voldemort sounds like. I do, but I've forgotten. Says Voldemort, that is a crock of lies. Now you will die, says Rin. Rin swung the sword, and a blade of pure fire went at him and sliced off his left arm, and he screamed in excruciating pain. You wretched girl, I will kill you, resurrect you, and then kill you again 1,000 times over, says Voldemort. I don't think so. You're an absolute disgrace to the world of wizardry and magic. People will, like you, belong in only one place, and that is the netherworld for all eternity, says Rin. Voldemort then formed a green energy sword in his right hand, and he regenerated his left arm. Oh, sure, fuck it. You know what? No complaints here. Good job, James. This is super awesome. I'm on the edge of my damn seat. Now we end this, says Rin. God damn, yeah, because who. A friggin' Naruto character in uh God, what is Voldemort's name? He who shall not be named are in a fucking anime sword fight. God, whatever. Rin, oh, I'm gonna cough. Rin and Voldemort got into a savage and ferocious sword fight. Sparks were flying everywhere, and massive explosions and blasts of fire devastated the whole landscape. Rin and Voldemort were firing fire and magic blasts at each other, and it was a devastating battle. The whole area was now a massive conflagration of hellfire. Oh, so you say hell now? You say hell for hellfire, but you won't say hell, the place hell. Whatever. Oh, dude, I don't have any water. We'll live. Make it through. The entire area of Hogwarts was now a massive raging inferno on an epic scale. The battle was so intense and ferocious that it was shaking the entirety of the world to the very core. Can't be a anything chapter without some worldwide recognition of power. Rin then got the drop on Voldemort and skewered him all the way through his black heart. Go to the netherworld and take all your friends with you, including all those Slytherin kids that I killed, because I'm the hero, says Rin. Um, Rin sliced up through his head and backed away. Voldemort started to disintegrate. I think more like he was bisected, but let's whatever. Go back to Oblivion and stay there, and don't even dream of resurrecting again, says Eileen. Hey, wait, it didn't it didn't show Eileen or Rin. Yeah, it was Rin who did it. It didn't show Rin killing any of his Horcruxes. So this shouldn't be working. Oh well. Who am I to question James? Dude, that's me when I read this stuff. Okay. I don't know why I let that play. Never again, Voldemort, says Lola. Never again, says Luna. Luna? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was like, Luna Loud? When did she get here? But no, no. It's Luna Lovegood. Lovejoy. Whatever. Never again, says Luna. It's over, says Hermione. It's over, says Hermione. It's finally over, says Ginny, also in a British accent. We won, says Luna. This is unbelievable. So many casualties of war, says Luna. Ren. Yeah, we lost our families and more. Me, Ginny, and Hermione have nowhere to go now. Well, have I got good news for you? I wouldn't say that. We have lots of room where we are, says Lola. We would do that. You would do that for us? Says Jenny. Or, yeah, she doesn't ask. She says it. Sure, says Eileen. We have lots of room, says Ren. A vortex opened up and they went in and they were back in Michigan. We're in Detroit, says Luna. That's right. It's where we live now. Let's get you all settled in and get you all citizenship here in the US tomorrow, says Ren. Yeah, does that mean they're technically illegal aliens right now? Okay, says Ginny. Ren took them into the mansion and they saw their rooms, and they were rooms with stars, moons, planets, and magic symbols. There were 3 beds and lots of books and magic and more. I went before the High Council of the Ministry of Magic. Oh, good God. So, like, that exists already? Then why did they go into the simulator? If it's implied the Ministry of Magic, whatever. As you can see, Honorable High Council of Magic, Hogwarts has been completely destroyed and there is nothing left of it. There are only three survivors. There'd be more if you didn't kill all those Slytherin kids. Oh God. Okay. 3 survivors out of this whole devastating and catastrophic tragedy. Luna Lovegood, Hermione Granger, and Ginny Weasley. Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and many others have lost their lives in the savage onslaught. I say, good news. Yes, it was a horrific tragedy. After all these years, we thought we would never see he who must not be named again, says Counselor 1. It's just terrible, says Counselor. I'm officially declaring this horrific event as genocidal holocaust, and from now on and forevermore, all acts of magic outside of the wizarding world are now legal and can only be used in self-defense. How does that? What? I'm happy ending, I guess, but why? Why does the genocide of Hogwarts consequently let people use magic outside the wizarding world? Couldn't it always be used in self-defense? I know Harry Potter had to use the Patronum charm, yeah, to ward off Dementors who were like just in his neighborhood, real world neighborhood, and save his I don't know, his cousin, whatever. It shall be noted honorably, says the head wizard. It shall be noted, honorable council. I apologize for coming in on such short notice, I say. It's all right, JD, but we appreciate you telling us this. However, we should have identified the warning signs that Voldemort was going to come back and put a stop to all of it sooner, says Head Wizard. We have to make sure a catastrophe like this never happens again, I say. And we will. You're free to go, says Head Wizard. Thank you. I say. I left and went back home. The next day, we got citizenship for Luna Lovegood, Hermione Granger, and Ginny Weasley. The end. Another fan fiction completed. I wanted to do a Harry Potter crossover for a while now. Voldemort was by far the worst villain ever created. Kidding me? Voldemort's dope. He is the devil incarnate. He makes even the worst of the worst look like saints compared to him. And in the end, Harry Potter beat him and killed him and sent him back to the Netherworld. I hope he stays there for good this time and never terrorizes our world again. But yeah, I loved the first, second, third, and fourth movies because of the special effects and the awesome computer graphics. It's one of the most popular franchises in the world. I had no idea. Let's see, first, second, third, and fourth. What are those? Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets. What else? Surely not Goblet of Fire. That's too soon. Prisoner of Azkaban. Maybe Prisoner of that also feels too soon. I feel like I should really know this. Oh well, not important. It's one of the most popular franchises. Richard Harris starred in the first and second movies, and the second movie was his final movie before he died in 2002. He made my dad's favorite song, MacArthur Park. Rip Richard Harris, 1930 to 2002. You will always be remembered in our hearts, memories, and in spirit. And I'm sure he'll be happy, absolutely stoked to know that he's been immortalized in such an honorable way as to be mentioned in one of James Knutson's amazing Loud House Revamped chapters. Voldemort was the character I hated the most in the whole series. Really? I'll be honest, I hated Draco a lot. Don't get me wrong, Voldemort's evil and all, but he's entertaining evil. Draco was just an ass. But he had a good redemption, I think. Partly, actually. A little. He was a complicated character, and that's what I liked. Okay. I can't believe that Tom Marvello Riddle would sell his soul to the devil for the power to rule over everything forever. He was a monster. J.K. Rowling did a magnificent and fantastic job on this whole book series. The movies were just as awesome as the books. Hopefully, we've seen the last of the monster named Voldemort. Let me know what you all think. I hated it. See you next time. What was I going to say? Yeah, he didn't sell his soul, numbnuts. He made Horcruxes. Maybe he did some other stuff, but the main thing I know is that he had to kill people in order to do like the Horcrux ritual spell, whatever. And he did that a lot. Anyways, chapter 146, Youth Gone Wrong. It starts in Lisa's laboratory, and she was working on something. Excellent. Now to add the final ingredient, and my new Fountain of Youth serum will be finished, says Lisa. Heads up, says Lynn off screen. As Lisa was about to grab the last ingredient for her serum, a football flies in and it hits Lisa and she drops the test tube and it explodes and a purple gas spreads throughout the house. When it cleared, Lori got up and it showed her shadow doing so. What? Oh, I think I know what that means. What happened? What happened? What? Does my voice sound different? Asks Lori in a younger voice. She went into the mirror and she saw that she was younger and she screamed in horror. Well, thank God Lily was magically turned into a 10-year-old. Otherwise, she'd have been unaged out of existence, I guess. Okay. Screamed in horror. Me, Veri, and Vince hear it and we slide down to the living room. Guys, what's going on? I ask. We gasp, and we see that Lori, Carol, Lenny, Luna, Ember. Ember? She's a ghost. Or did she get a bot? Did she come back to life? I don't remember. Ember, Gabriella, Luann, Lynn, and Shannon were now 6 years old. Oh, okay, exactly. What happened to you girls? You look like you're 6 years old, I say. I don't know. This strange purple gas covered everything, and the next thing we know, we're younger, says Lori. Siblings, this is my doing. Lynn threw her pig-skinned sports ball, street name football, into my room, and it hit me in the back of my cranium, and I dropped my experimental Fountain of Youth serum, says Lisa. Fountain of Youth serum? That's cool, I say. It sure is, says Vuri. But why weren't Lucy, Laney, Lana, and Lola, Penny, and what? Oh, yeah, sorry. Lucy, Laney, Lana, and Lola, Penny, you, and Lily affected? Asks Vince. It's because I put the older siblings minus Lincoln and Linka, Lucy, Anastasia, Laney, Lana, and Lola, Penny, myself, and Lily's DNA into the serum as a field test. What the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Or, oh, wait. No, that doesn't make any sense. What? No, that doesn't make sense. You know what she should have said. No, that whatever. Who cares? Maybe it does make sense, and I'm being an idiot. Interesting, I say. It kind of feels like I'm the oldest sibling now, says Lincoln. Me too, says Linka. It does, doesn't it? Asks Laney. It sure feels like it. Lisa, is there any way for you to synthesize an antidote? I ask. Affirmative, but according to my calculations, it's going to take some time, says Lisa. How long do you think it'll take? Asks Marie. 7 days, says Lisa. 7 days? I got a rock concert coming up, dude, says Luna in a younger voice. I've got a comedy gig coming up, says Luann in a younger voice. And I have a baseball game, says Lynn in a younger voice. We're going to have to figure something out. This is one heck of a predicament, I say. Yeah, I can't stand my siblings not having to be barred from the things they love, says Lily. Fucking okay. Me too, says Laney. Since we're since we weren't the ones affected, we'll have to fill in for them, says Lucy. Good idea, Lucy, says Vri. I can fill in for Luna because of my band, says Lily. Fucking what? Wait, when did Lily get a band? I don't care. I can fill in for Lynn because I was on a baseball team at one time, says Lucy. Lucy? Are we sure? That doesn't sound right. Lucy. Maybe it's like a joke, cause Lucy's all goth and stuff, and she likes bats, and oh wow, bats are used in baseball. Ha ha ha. I don't know. I can fill in for Luann because I learned a lot of jokes from her. JD and Vince, says Laney. Yep, you're going to absolutely bomb at that gig. That sounds like a plan. What about the rest of you? You all don't have any plans this week, do you? I ask. No, I don't, says Lenny in a younger voice. I don't either, says Carol in a younger voice. I was supposed to go on a date with Bobby in 4 days, says Lori. Uh oh. Bobby's gonna get some allegations. I'll tell him everything and we can reschedule it, I say. Thanks, JD, says Lori. You're welcome, I say. What about Mr. Lynn and Miss Rita? Asks Marie. Our parental units are out of town for the week. Okay, says Lisa. Okay, that's perfect. It'll give us time to fix this before they get back. It kind of feels weird seeing you all our ow our age. Kind of feels weird seeing all of you our age, Lori, says Lana. It does, doesn't it, Lana, says Lori. But I completely forgot what it was like being a kid again. When I died back in the 1970s, I lost all memory of my childhood, says Ember in a younger voice. We'll gladly help you, Ember. That's what siblings do, says Lola. Thanks, Lola, says Ember. I have no plans, says Gabriella in a younger voice. Me neither, says Shannon in a younger voice. This is kind of cool, though, says Vince. What? It sure is. All right, guys, we have 7 days before Mr. Lynn and Miss Rita come home and Lisa makes her antidote. I'm setting my watch for 156 hours. I set my watch for 6 days, 6.5 days, starting now. The watch counts down from 156 hours. The next 6 days had been very fruitful. On day 2, Lucy won for Lynn's team the national championship. On day 3, Lainey won best comedian ever for Luann. Okay. Well, no, Lainey won it. You know, I can't go up like on stage and say, "Oh yeah, this is for my dad," and then I'm super hilarious, and then suddenly my dad is the funniest comedian ever. No, that's not how it works. Who cares? On day 5, Lily won Best Performer of the Year and got an autographed poster of Mick Swagger. Earlier on day 4, as I was watching TV and babysitting the young Louds, there was a knock at the door and I answer it. JD, amigo, says Bobby. Bobby, compadre. I was just about to call you. We have something to tell you. Just about. Really? You put that off for 4 days? Come on in. Bobby Boo Boo Bear, says Lori. Lori hugged Bobby. This is going to get weird. We had a bit of an accident involving one of Lisa's experiments, and it made everyone but Lincoln and Linka, Lucy, Anastasia, Lainey, Lana and Lola, Penny, Lisa, and Lily younger. That is unusual, says Bobby. Bobby picks Lori up. Babe, you are so cute as a little one. I knew it. It's going to get weird, says Bobby. Thanks, Boo Boo Bear, says Lori. You're welcome, says Bobby. Lisa is working on an antidote to reverse the effects as we speak, but we have 3 more days. I completely understand, JD. We'll have to reschedule our date until it's done, says Bobby. Sounds good, Boo Boo Bear, says Lori. Can you call him Bobby? I'm getting a little sick of saying Boo Boo Bear, goddammit. Present day. On day 6, Lincoln and Linka and Lenny made all kinds of awesome clothes and more with Lenny, Lana, and Emmer, okay. Let's start again. On day 6, Lincoln and Linka and Lenny made all kinds of awesome clothes and more with Lenny, Lana, and Ember were playing in the mud. And Lola and Shannon were having tea parties and pageant training lessons. The 7th day came, and me and Lisa were in her lab. There, I have the antidote, says Lisa. We'll have to make it in essence form with a dropper. Okay. I say, good plan, says Lisa. I make some spaghetti and meatballs for them and prepare dinner. Come and get it, I say, during the filling. The filling? Of Lori, Carol, Lenny, Luna, Ember, Gabriella, Luann, Lynn, and Shannon's bowls of spaghetti, I put 1 drop of the antidote into their food. Why not just, like, give them the antidote? Whatever. I handed them all their bowls and they ate it all. Lynn Sr. and Rita came back just as the antidote was taking effect and the kids were back to normal. It worked, I say, but their clothes were shredded. That's a grammatical error. Shredded is with 2 Ds. It's Shredder! Where? Okay. Oops, here, I say. I hand them their robes and Lori, Carol, Lenny, Luna, Ember, Gabriella, Luann, Lynn, and Shannon put them on. Thanks, JD. We're normal again, says Lori in her normal voice. The door opened and in came Lynn Sr. and Rita. Hey guys, we're home, says Lynn Sr. How was your trip, Mr. Lynn? I ask. Ah, it was great, JD, says Lynn Sr. I'm sorry you all couldn't come, but it was a boring business trip, says Rita. That's all right. Uh, we have had quite a week. Lisa can explain. Wait, so they're just going to explain what happened? What? Then why was there like a time constraint feeling to the whole thing? Whatever. Yes, mother, father, I was creating a Fountain of Youth serum for Pop Pop, but Lynn's football hit me and I dropped it, and it exploded and made Lori, Carol, Lenny, Luna, Ember, Gabriella, Luann, Lynn, and Shannon 6 years old again. I don't think that should be like that. I synthesized an antidote the entire time you were gone and got them back to normal. Here's a picture of what went down, I say. I show them a photo of all of us together in the backyard in Lincoln's treehouse. Aw, I forgot how cute you were all as little ones. You all were as little ones, says Rita. Time sure has flown by, says Lynn Sr. Lori was supposed to be on a date with Bobby 3 days ago, but he came and I explained everything. I say, okay, that's good, that's great. Can we move on now? I'm just like, then again, we haven't had a nice good recap of stuff that's just happened in a while. Or maybe we have. Who the hell knows? It's starting to blend together. Lori was supposed to. Bobby said I looked really cute as a little one, says Lori. I believe it, says Rita. Believe it. Luna was supposed to be at a rehearsal. No, God damn it. We're doing it. Okay. Lily filled in for her in her with her band, and she got best performer. I say it was awesome, and I got an autographed photo of Mick Swagger, says Lily. That really made me flip, brah, says Luna. That's a little music master, says Lynn Senior. Luann was supposed to go to a comedy gig. Laney filled in for her. I say they liked all my jokes, and they gave me a trophy for it, and I signed it for Luann, says Laney. That's wonderful, Laney, says Rita. Lynn was supposed to be at a baseball game. Lucy filled in for her, and they won the national championship. I say, it was from when you were trying to make us perfect people like the Janceys, says Lucy. Lynn Sr. and Rita cheered for her. Yay, woo! Way to go, Lucy, says Lynn Sr. I'm so proud of you, says Rita. I'm proud too. Way to go, Luce, says Lynn. Thanks, Lynn, says Luce. Lisa whipped up the antidote and we served it in spaghetti in the spaghetti dinner, but not in everyone else's spaghetti. Here's the stuff. What? Whatever. I say, I hand Rita the antidote, but this turned out to be a great experience for us. We got to see what Lori, Carol, Lenny, Gabriella, Luna, Amber, Luann, Lynn, and Shannon were like when they were younger. I say, that's true. Nonetheless, Lisa has to be punished for this. Lisa, no experiments for 2 days, says Rita. Is this, like, who cares? Nothing happened. In fact, it was an act. If anyone should be punished, it should be Lynn, right? Because she's the one who hit Lisa in the head with a baseball, football, whatever. Yes, mother, says Lisa. However, I'm very proud of all of you for filling in for your siblings when they had things planned, says Rita. Thanks, Mom, says Lucy. I'm glad we could help, Mom, says Laney. In a way, Lincoln and Linka were now the eldest siblings, but they didn't get payback against Lori, who knows what would have happened. That's a weird thing to bring up. I say, oops. Yeah, I think I would have turned her into a human pretzel, says Lincoln. Ha ha ha. You've learned some of what I do as the eldest, huh, Lincoln? Asks Lori. I guess I picked up from you, Lori, answers Lincoln. I hope I didn't just rub up against the mic. I'm sure it's fine. We both did, says Linka. We all laughed. Ha ha ha. Well, let's eat, guys. I say, yeah, we should, says Lynn Sr. We all ate our spaghetti and got ready for bed. The end. Another fanfiction completed. This one came out of the blue for me. Let me know what you all think. I hated it. See you all next time. So I don't have any water, but I do have um, this peach tea. Yeah, this peach tea thing. It might be carbonated. It's in a can. I don't know where this came from, but I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna drink it. And the can is a little warped. Okay, I can't open it because it's so screwed. God damn it! How do I? How do I? Okay, this is a problem. I can't open it. Oh, I don't want to press on it either. It's gonna cut up my hand, I bet. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Yes, it's working. I might dip my. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see if this was worth it. We'll do a little review. Oh my God, this one's super long. I hadn't even looked. Okay, well, it's peach. It's all right. Okay. Oh man, that actually makes me feel real better. Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta have any kind of liquid. Okay, I shouldn't be wasting so much time. Chapter. Uh, I'll be like the next Nova Online. I'll start with like drink reviews. I do not want to be the next. If you know who Nova Online is, you're consider yourself unlucky. Okay, chapter 147, Jungle Babysitting. Oh boy. It starts with me and Marie in Lincoln and Linka's room waking up. Yeah, okay. I mean, you live in the same house, so I don't know how necessary a little sleepover like this is, but whatever. Sunday morning. Morning, says Lincoln. Sunday is actually the worst. I love Sunday, right? The weekend and all that. But, just because it's right before Monday, you just get so depressed. Because you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Okay. Sunday morning, says Lincoln. Yep, time to have some fun, I say. Rise and shine, kids. We're going to Aunt Ruth's today. Yay, says Rita off screen. It's Aunt Ruth today. It's Aunt Ruth today, and that means it's my turn for babysitting, says Vuri. Yep. Who do you have? I ask. Let's see, says Vuri, looking at the babysitting plan board. I have Lori, Carol, Lori. You're babysitting Lori? Whatever. Carol, Shannon, Luann, Lucy, Lana, and Lily, says Vuri. Right on, I say. Oh man, says Lincoln. Vince is babysitting next time. Does he? He doesn't even live with you guys. Whatever. You and Linka, I don't think he does. Does he? Who cares? You and Linka will be with him next time, I say. Lynn Sr., Rita, and the loud kids were going out the door, and I was going with them. Have fun, honey, I say. Dude, are we going to have a Vuri chapter? That doesn't happen too often. Me and, oh, I will, says Vuri. Me and Vuri kiss. They left, and Vuri closed the door. Well, guys, this is going to be a blast, says Vuri. You said it, Vuri, says Lori. A knock was heard, and Vuri answered the door, and it was Eddie. Hey, Eddie, says, hey, Vuri, says Eddie. Hello, Eddie, says Vuri. Hey, my king of comedy, says the Wan. My, my angel queen of comedy, says Eddie. They hugged and kissed. So, where's everyone else? Asks Eddie. I'm babysitting Lori, Carol, Luann, Shannon, Lucy, Lana, and Lily, while everyone else is at Aunt Ruth. Is at their Aunt Ruth, says Vuri. Oh, that's all right. I had a babysitting scenario back when I lived in Peach Creek. I saw that Naz was at my house, and I thought she was there to take me on a date, but later I discovered the hard way that she was there to babysit me, says Eddie. That's interesting, Eddie, says Lori. It sure is. Here's my first activity, Jungle Rescue. It's a game where we go around a jungle and find people in distress and rescue them, says Vuri. Cool, says Eddie. That sounds like fun, says Lori. I know just the place to play it. Where the fuck are we gonna fucking go? Realistically, uh, there's only one place to go. I know just the place to play it, says Lana. Lana took us to her jungle room and she opened a hidden panel. Never mind. Look at that. And here I was thinking it's going to be another simulator scenario. Opened a hidden panel. You guys are going to love this, says Lana. Lana pulled a lever and a door opened and it revealed a massive greenhouse that was like a super dense jungle with lots of trees, vines, shrubs, moss, waterfalls, and lots of birds, butterflies, and animals. The temperature was hot and the humidity level was intense. Whoa, says Vuri. Whoa, indeed. Like, for instance, how do you even have this in your room? Why does it have to be attached to your room? It's a green. There's people. I mean, there's animals in there too. Are we crazy? Why does everything have to be so, like, perfect, you know? Like, whoa, wow. Wouldn't it be perfect if Lana had a greenhouse connected to her? Like, it's just unnecessary at this point. Just have it be a greenhouse on the property. All right, it's an estate. You've got plenty of room. God damn it! I don't even know where you hide a hidden greenhouse in your walls. It's got to be the most obvious thing. It's especially since it's supposed to be a massive greenhouse. So you're just telling me there's just like a gigantic greenhouse in a hidden room. Why? Why is it hidden? Who are you hiding it from? Unless you somehow did this behind JD's back, which I don't know why you would. I'm sure he would have absolutely supported something like this. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Whoa, says Vuri. We went in and Shaw, and saw the sheer beauty and majesty of Lana's jungle. Whoa, Lana, you have a jungle in your room? Asks Eddie. I sure do. It's my greenhouse, and it's a dense jungle, says Lana. This is amazing. It's a jungle in here. Rimshot, get it! Ha ha ha, get it? What's there to get, Luann? It is a jungle in here, actually. Alright, that's not a joke, it's an observation. You don't walk into a fucking jungle and say, it's like a jungle in here, and then laugh and look around and people. Fucking shut up, dude. Why don't you walk into hell? Say, oh, it's like hell in here, and see if any demons fucking laugh. Ideally, they won't, and ideally, they'll take like one of those funny, those stereotypical red pitchforks and gut you with them. If we're lucky. Okay. Luann, you're not my favorite. I just want everyone to know. Luann is not my favorite. Who is my favorite? Damn. I don't know. We'll think we got plenty to read. We don't have time for this. Vuri and Eddie laugh. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Luann. Ha ha ha, says Vuri. Ha 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 ha. Good one, says Eddie. The jungle is an amazing place. I've seen it in pictures. And it is one of the most amazing, dude. That's absolutely sorry. That's absolutely because it's on my mind a little bit that the next 50 chapter quiz is coming up. But that's absolutely going to be one of my fucking questions for Ethan, for gamer, whatever. It's going to be like, oh hey, what was Luann's joke when she entered a gigantic greenhouse that held a jungle in it? God, man, I think you can get it. No, no spoilers though. So I hope everyone covered their ears as soon as they heard that. Ah, peach is an interesting flavor. Okay, where was I? I've seen in pictures as well as the most painful. I'll just do this again. The jungle is an amazing place. I've seen it in pictures, and it is one of the most amazing places in the world, as well as one of the most painful and depressing, says Lucy. That's true. It's like the Amazon in here. Is that another joke? Haha, guys, is that another joke? It's like the Amazon in here. So here's how we play. We can either swing on vines or fly, and we keep an eye and ear out for any cries for help. Or if you're really skilled, you can grind on the vines. Yeah, sure, says Marie. Cool, I'm good at that, says Lana. All right, who wants to swing on vines? Dude, just vet them. Why can't they swing on vines and or fly and or grind on the vines? Whatever. Lori, Carol, Lucy, Shannon, and Lily raised their hands. Lori, Carol, Lucy, and Lily. Okay, who wants to fly? We forgot Shannon, but whatever, asks Marie. Eddie and Luann raised their hands. Eddie and Luann, all fly too. Ready, guys? Let's go, says Marie. So, like, are people in here? Are people in here? Wait, d- does Lana just have people locked away in her fucking secret goddamn jungle? Why? How did they get in if not deliberately through Lana's doing? There's just people in here? Well, luckily, they've probably had at least something to eat. After all, it's like a jungle in there. Good God. Furry, Eddie, and Luann spread their wings, and Lori, Carol, Lucy, Shannon, and Lily grabbed some vines, and Lana got on a vine and grinded along it. Are they elevated right now? Because, it's not like you can just get on a vine and then it defies gravity and lets you travel up it. Whatever. They were off! Woohoo! Exclaims Lori. This is amazing, says Eddie. This is so much fun, says Carol. Lana was grinding on the vines and was in front of us. I had a feeling you guys would like my jungle, says Lana. This is really fun, says Lucy. This is awesome. Woo, says Shannon. Help us! Help! Oh my god, there are cries out, question mark. Sounds like someone's in trouble. It's coming from over there, says Marie, pointing to a clearing. Let's go. They saw a girl with dark oh my god. Okay, hold on. They saw a girl with dark blue green hair and pink and black clothing sinking in quicksand. Ugh, and she had a nasty spider-like creature by her. That's Dawn from Poke Pokemon. What? Oh, because there's usually like a apostrophe above the oof, above the e. Pokemon. Whatever. That's Dawn from Pokemon, and that's an Ariados. Ariados with her, says Veri. Okay. No, like, but why is she here though? No, like, but like, seriously though, like, why is she here? Like, how is she here? Actually, that's my question. Uh, and why are Pokemon just inexplicably being discovered now in this jungle that Lana has? And can like, well, for one, maybe can like we like just fucking can we stop? Right? It was funny the first few audiobooks. Haha, look, he's gonna read them all. Now it's just depressing. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. All right, I got this, says Lucy. Lucy fired a black lightning bolt and it sent the Ariados back to its dimension where that it came from. Oh my god. Did James Knudsen predict Ultra Beasts? Sun and Moon? Ha ha ha. That's a Pokemon joke. dimension that it came from, says Lucy. Dawn, grab my hand, says Veri. Dawn reached up and grabbed Veri's hand, and Veri pulled her out, but she lost her boots. My shoes, says Dawn. They're gone now. This is so emotional. They're gone now. Let's sit down so we can talk, says Veri. Okay, says Dawn. We were sitting by a tree eating some mango fruit for a snack. Piplup, Dawn's partner Pokemon, was with her. So we went through. Okay, so it's an interdimensional portal. But mind you, all right, this explains why she's a Pokemon trainer and why there are Pokemon. This doesn't explain why they even started playing this game in the first place. Why would you think that there would be anybody trapped in this jungle that needs your help? Unless it's just like your imagination and you got lucky. But somehow I doubt that. Just saying. This is stupid. I hate this chapter so far. In case you guys thought that this would be the one chapter I liked, I hate it so far. So they went through an interdimensional portal, Vuri. Oh, wait. So we went through an interdimensional portal, Vuri? Asks Dawn. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but it did. Were you running from someone? Yeah, I was running, asks Vuri. Yeah, I was running from Team Rocket. I was with my friends Ash and Brock. Team Rocket killed them and tried to go after me. What is with you, James? Like every time, it's like, oh yeah, the male characters all die, and the female characters need somewhere to stay. Oh well, lucky them. They've got the JD loudest the nuts and loud estate, where they will no doubt fall in love with either Naruto, JD, or Vince. Maybe Lincoln. Who knows? Okay. I don't know how this happened. Killed my I lost my best friends, and I'll never see my family again. Cries Dawn. Dude, James is evil. James is evil. He like he constructs these scenarios where people's entire lives are ruined, and the only person that they can turn to is James and his OC or his Mary Sue best friends. You know, it's a little weird. Very comforted her, and she was saddened. It had the opposite effect, huh? I'm so sorry, Don, says Vuri. It's all my fault. I wasn't strong enough to protect them. It's all my fault, says Don. I'd be sadder about losing my boots. Don't blame yourself, Don. It's not your fault. What happened was completely unavoidable and unlikely. Okay? Look, even if James and Jesse had that intent, I don't think they're competent enough to pull off something like that. I mean, well, I guess they're not the only members of Team Rocket, so. But hey, that's always been my question. If Team Rocket is such a criminal organization, why do they bother with these honorable Pokemon duels? Why don't they just like kill the kid and take his shit? Unrelated, but didn't Ash catch like 20 of those buffalo-looking Pokemon? I don't know why, but that's like something I just remember for some reason. Not important. Wasting time. Oh my god, we've got plenty more to read. Don't blame yourself, completely unavoidable, but you're still here, and you now have a chance to get stronger and fight for what you believe in. I know you miss Ash and Brock, but they will always be with you in heart, memory, and in spirit, as long as you remember everything you learned with them on your journey. In a way, you'll never be apart. That's nice. They're dead though, so says Comfort Svari. Dawn started to feel much better. Thank you. Thank you, Vuri, says Don. You're welcome, Don, says Vuri. I want to become stronger so I can bring the people that killed my friends to justice, says Don. That's the spirit, Don, says Lana. We will gladly help you, says Lucy. Thank you all. Thank you, says Don. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a shining purple star flew in and touched Don's forehead, and she was enveloped in a vortex of stars. We have an elemental choosing in progress. Fuck me, says Lana. I hope it's a good one. She's already a Pokemon trainer. That's cool enough, isn't it? The vortex changed Dawn and gave her dark blue angel wings and a moon tattoo on her left cheek. Dude, what did I say? James predicted Pokemon Sun and Moon. Well, Moon at least, which is the last good Pokemon game. Was the last good. Whatever. When the vortex died down, Dawn was on the ground and she got up. What happened? I feel really strange, says Dawn. You went through a massive power up. You now have powers like me and my friends, says Marie. I do? Asks Dawn. Dawn held her hand out and fired a beam of cosmic light. It hit a tree and exploded. Whoa, says Dawn. Unbelievable. You have cosmic energy powers, says Marie. This is incredible, but why does my back feel heavy? Asks Dawn. You have wings like we do, answers Marie. Dawn saw her wings and she was shocked. I do have wings. They're beautiful, says Dawn. They are. You have the powers of a deity from another part of the world. We'll have to look it up later. My fiance, JD, has a big book of on legends of the lore of the world, says Marie. Is how we found out where we got our powers from. Most of us got our powers from gods and goddesses of myths from all over the world. I'm sure every religion ever would be super happy and super stoked um, to hear this kind of news. That the gods of completely different religions exist alongside theirs. I do wonder how that would work. Would this be like, oh hey, wow, I guess we can all just live our lives and know that we're doing it the correct way so long as we listen to our God, or will it become bad? Do you think the Scientology gods would exist too? Dude, would you get like super scientist powers? That would be awesome. All right, anyways, dude, let's get political. What what elemental choosing would Donald Trump get? Put your answers in the comments below. Anyways, that's really interesting, says Don. This is a really godly situation. Rimshot, get it? It's better, Luann. Genuinely, that's better than your fucking jungle joke. You insipid. I shouldn't say that. That's really mean. I apologize. I'm disappointed is all. Free, Eddie and Don laughed. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Luann, says Free. Ha 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 ha. That's funny, says Eddie. Ha 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 ha. Dude, Luann is hilarious, says Dawn, who is, in a remarkable mood considering she was just crying about her friends dying and never seeing her family again. But hey, at least that subpar joke really knocked her out of her depression. Oh my god, I hate this fucking. Her jokes always crack us up. Let's continue playing and make one more sweep before our next activity. Yeah, let's just go back to playing. It's not like Don would have any need to like, assimilate into this new universe. It's not like Don might have some trauma. Hey, Don, you want to play tag with us? Oh, Ash is dead, Brock is dead, but sure. No tag backs. Fucking whatever, James. You absolutely awful writer. You complete moron. This is not how people act. Dude, I gotta write a fanfic just to show this dimwit how it's done. Okay. Okay, go back. Read. That's what we're here for, remember? It's an audiobook, not an audio rant. Good one to win. That's fun. Let's go. Next activity. Okay, says Lana. They swung on vines, flew and grind, and they were looking. Help! Calls out, question mark. Another call for help, says Don. Let's go, says Ruri. They swung and saw a woman tied to a post in the middle of a tribe of natives. Natives? Natives? Natives to where? Lana's fucking secret jungle? Oh my god. Ugh. Whew, it's okay. Those natives are going to sacrifice her. Wait a minute, that's Ursula, wife of George of the Jungle in Africa, says Vuri. It's a little hard to tell what's going on. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Natives. God, kill me now. Kill me now. George of the Jungle is one of my favorite shows, but how did Ursula get here? Asks Alana. I don't know, but let's help her, says Vuri. They hear Tarzan yell, and sure enough, they saw George of the Jungle swinging on a vine. Wow, there he is, says Marie. I can't believe it. He really is here in my jungle greenhouse. George, you are awesome, says Lana. Dude, he's built. Holy. What's with the hair? Dude, I want to look like George one day. Thank you, friend, says George. He then crashed into a tree head on. Crash. Ha ha ha. Oh, George. You oaf. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark, says Vuri. Nah, he's used to it, says Lana. They go into the village and fight the natives and pulverize their faces in. Here, Ursula, says Don. Don formed a sword of stars and cut her free. Thank you, says Ursula. You're welcome. Look out! Dawn shields Ursula and herself with her wings, and the spears that were thrown at them shattered into a million pieces when they hit, says Dawn. That was close. Oh, wait, no. Dawn didn't say. Whatever. That was close, says Ursula. Dawn went at the natives and slashed some of their masks and spears apart. This is what you get for sacrificing innocent people, says Lucy. Lucy fired black lightning at them. Let fear consume you all, says Lucy. The natives screamed like a bunch of little girls and hid in their huts. Ah, that takes care of that, says Vuri. George, oh, you guys for saving Ursula, says George. You're welcome, George. Does he talk like a caveman? Wait, that's awesome. You're welcome, George, says Vuri. You are awesome, George. We love how you crash into a tree like that. It's funny, says Lana. Thank you, says George. Later, it was time for the second activity. What, are we just gonna leave them? That's it? They just live in your fucking jungle now? Whatever. The more I drink of this peach tea, the less I like it. It's going down. It was a solid, what it was 6 out of 10. Now it's like bordering on 4 out of 10. Okay. You're welcome, George. You're awesome, George. We love how you question. It's funny. Second activity. Okay, our next activity is a game. I call villain fight. We go to the simulator for it. Okay, says Vuri. Cool, says Luan. Vuri's not very creative, is she? This is gonna be fun, says Eddie. They went to the simulator, and Eddie and Luan went first. Okay, Eddie, Luan, I have the perfect scenario for you two, says Vuri. Vuri types a scenario in, and the simulator activated. Coming online, guys, says Vuri. Simulator! Eddie and Luan found themselves in Peach Creek. Oh my god! I can't believe it! Dude, this was written about in Legends. I just drank some more peach tea. Even though I'm starting to lose my taste for it, I had to. We're in Peach Creek now. Wow, we're in Peach. Where is Peach Creek? Wow, we're in Peach Creek, says Eddie. So this is where you used to live, says Luan. Oh, Peach Creek is Eddie scenario. Ed and Eddie land. Yeah, it was home sweet home before the Vengeance Express drove us away, says Eddie. It sure is a nice place to live. It's absolutely peachy. Oh my god, finally a fucking joke. Rimshot, ha ha ha. Get it? I do, Luan. Ha ha ha, good one, says Eddie. Jawbreaker Ed boy, is that you? Asks question mark. Eddie and Luan saw Rolf. Rolf, how's it going? Stretch? Asks Eddie. It's so good to see you again, Ed boy. How's bunt cake for brain, Ed boy, and double D, Ed boy? Bunt cake for brain. Asks Rolf. They're doing awesome, thank you. Oh, this is my girlfriend, Luann Loud. She is a funny comedian, says Eddie. Nice to meet you, Rolf, says Luann. Likewise. Congrats on finding a girlfriend instead of that red-haired canker girl, says Rolf. Luann is the best. She is as funny as me and loves jawbreakers too, says Eddie. Great minds think alike, says Rolf. They sure do, says Eddie. Eddie? Asks question mark. They saw their friend Kevin. I thought Kevin was their bully. Who cares? Kevin, what's up, man? Says Eddie. Not much, dude. We saw you move away and we were sad to see you go, says Eddie. Kevin. I know. I miss you guys a lot. This is my girlfriend, Luann Loud. Luann, this is Kevin. His father works at the Jawbreaker factory, says Eddie. It's a pleasure to meet you, Kevin, says Luann. Same here. Way to go on getting a girlfriend, bud, says Kevin. Thanks, man. How's Naz doing? Asks Eddie. How about you ask me yourself? Says Naz. Naz, you are still the most beautiful girl in the cul-de-sac, says Eddie. Dude, right in front of your girlfriend? Thanks, Eddie. Who's your friend? Asks Naz. I'm Luann Loud. Eddie's my boyfriend. Boyfriend, says Luann. It's true. We've been dating for a while and doing all sorts of fun stuff together. That's a weird thing to say, says Eddie. Awesome. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard so many big things about you and your family, says Naz. We get that a lot, says Luann. It's great to see you all again. Where's Jimmy and Johnny? Asks Eddie. They went go-karting, answers Naz. That's okay, says Luann. Then a house collapsed, and out of it came the Kanker sisters. Kankers? How did you escape from Lake Vostok prison? Hey, Eddie, genius, it's a fucking simulator. Sometimes. 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 It's a simulator sometimes. Hell, at this point, it's a simulator never. At this point, they may as well have just driven to Peach Creek. Whatever. Wait, I sense that Marie wants to seek redemption. How convenient. Says Eddie. Luann, how can you tell? Asks Eddie. I just know for some reason. Says Luann. That's very lazy. Let's go check it out, says Eddie. Eddie and Luann confront them. Cankers! Exclaims Eddie. Well, well, if it isn't my little man, says Lee. I already told you I'm no longer your boyfriend, Lee. I love Luann now, says Eddie. You still love me that You still love that metal mouth freak? Says Lee. Pow! Eddie had punched Lee in the nose and knocked her down. Don't you dare call Luann that. Call her Braceface. I recall reading like these Braceface books about like I think it was a boy who got braces, and like somehow, some way, he got integrated to like a secret society of students in his school who have similarly weird bodies or afflictions, and like nanites made his braces into super braces. Oh man, I that is wow. Now I kind of want to read it again because it was weird, but it was enjoyable. And then right, and like they had some guy, some super smart guy who turns evil at some point. Uh, and like the guy who's addicted to sugar, like shrinks down and goes inside his brain. I I'm sure I'm getting some stuff wrong, but this feels right. God, man, that was forever ago. How time flies. Okay. Did you call? She is a much better girlfriend than you, says Eddie. I love a tough man, says Lee. Let's dance, says Eddie. Eddie's so brave, beating on girls. Does Eddie have superpowers? I don't even remember. He was flying with Luann, but maybe that just meant Luann was carrying him. Nope, he has bat wings. He spread his bat wings and kicked Lee and May in the face at the same time and bonked their heads together, knocking them out. That takes care of that, says Eddie. Luann was facing Marie. Marie, I can sense that you're in a lot of pain mentally and spiritually, says Luann. What do you mean? Asks Marie. My light powers allow me to see into a person's soul, and I can tell, sure, and I can tell you've had a very traumatic childhood at the hands of Lee and your mother. Answers Luann. How did you know that? Asks Marie. Like I said, I saw your past, and it was not pleasant. I may not know your past completely, but it's bad, says Luann. What do you know? You've never had your own mother beat you up on a daily basis and beat you senselessly to the verge of death, says Marie. Luann gasped in sheer horror. Marie, that is horrible, says Luann. It is. Our own mother is a monster, and Lee is worse than her. I hate them both. I keep trying to get away, but I can't. To make it worse, Mom killed all three of our dads, and she hates me the most. Fucking what? What do you mean, all three of your dad? Are you telling me all of the Kanker sisters come from a different dad? I did not know that. Okay. Dude, what is with it, man? I feel like there's been a lot more killing. Whatever. And she hates me the most, says Marie. Marie, that's so awful. Now I see why you made everyone's lives all miserable. You were venting out all your hatred directed at Lee and your mother on everyone because of your abuse, says Luann, horrified. That heartless monster and worthless witch. She gives me loving mothers everywhere a bad name, says Luann, angrily. We had no idea you were going through all that, says Eddie. That's horrible, says Kevin. I had no idea that the Kinker sisters' mother was that bad, and she was doing and she has, my God, stroke. If you're watching this, call 911. Tell them the audiobook guy is dying. They'll know what that means. I'm kind of famous. Okay. I had no idea that the Kanker sisters' mother was that bad, and what she's been doing to them is absolutely not cool. Yeah, borderline abuse and uh, uh, genocide is, in fact, not cool. Rolf will mangle up that wretched woman like a foul zit that infested Wilfred's tuchus, says Rolf. Easy, Rolf. I know you want to get vengeance on their mother, but we got everything under control, says Eddie. Kevin, Naz, and Rolf were shocked. Eddie, you've completely changed into a whole new person. What happened to you? Asks Kevin. Let's just say that the Vengeance Express, our attempted oh man, that was a friggin' flashbang. Okay. Let's just say that the Vengeance Express, our attempted rape, meeting our new friends in Michigan, and having Luann as the most awesome girlfriend in the world changed me a lot for the better in a good way. Holy shit. Oh, God. Keep reading. It really is awesome, dude, says Naz. We believe it, man. Believe it, says Kevin. Way to go, Bat Ed boy, says Rolf. That's right, Marie. You got to sever your ties to your mother, quote unquote, and you got to make her face justice for her crimes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I can do this. I can do this. But how? But how? Asks Marie. We will help you, says Luann. Eddie, Luann, Marie, Kevin, Rolf, and Naz went to the Park and Flush trailer park with Lee and Marie tied in chains, and they saw the Kankers trailer. That's it, says Eddie. What a small dump, says Luann. I'll stay out here, says Marie. Okay, says Eddie. Eddie and Luann walked up to the trailer and picked up a rock and threw it through the window. A woman came out, and it was the Kanker's mom, Baby Kanker. Baby, baby, baby. Mrs. Kanker, we're getting justice for all the rough treatment that you've subjected Marie to, says Eddie. Is that so? Then come and try, says Baby. Is this her? This doesn't look official. Dude, MILF. I let her abuse my. I let her abuse Marie. Cool. Maybe she'll get redeemed and added to the harem. She pulled out a gun, and Luann fired a beam of light that burned her hand off, and she was in a lot of pain. Luann picked up the gun and she pulled out her phone, and called the police. No, no. You see, Luann, I'm not a law person. I don't know much about law. Okay, I mean I know about mudding. That's important. Uh, um, I don't know a lot about law, but uh, you see, what the police are going to see um, is a bunch of people who came to this lady's place of residence, uh, vandalized it by throwing a rock through her window. She came out to defend her property, and then you proceeded to assault her. So yeah, look, obviously the police are going to side with you because God is a cruel, cruel person who likes to watch me suffer. But in any normal world, you have just given this lady the easiest court case of her life. Okay, or lawsuit, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Called the police. Marie then broke down crying, and Luann comforted her. The police arrived and arrested Bebe and re-arrested Lean May. So they did somehow break out somehow, fucking somehow, and what's the point? The police arrived and arrested Bebe. The simulation ended, and Eddie, Luann, and Marie went into the control room because the fucking they didn't even bother with a fucking. I'm cursing so much, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, they didn't even bother with a portal or a wormhole this time. Good lord. Phew. Okay. Where was I? Luann picked up the gun. We arrested. Simulation ended in control room. Lucy was up next and. Wait, what? We're still going? Lucy was up next and went in and Marie typed in the scenario. Dude, like, read the room. Marie is. Then again, if Dawn can rebound so easily, then I'm sure Marie will be fine. Is it Mary? Because I've been reading it like Marie. No, Mary's with a Y. It's got to be Marie. The police arrived. No, I'm going way back. Here we go, says Bree. The simulator activated, and Lucy found. Oops. Lucy found herself in the show Star versus. Oh God, Star versus the forces of evil, and she saw Star and Marco fighting Star's ex-boyfriend Tom Luciter. No, gasp! I'm in my favorite show. This is your favorite show, sure. Star versus the forces of evil. I hate that guy Tom. It's time I teach him a lesson he'll never forget. Dude, this is just like that. Yeah, maybe this will turn out to be just like that stuff that uh I can't remember the ERZD, whatever, the video I brought up about Star and the Titanic. Maybe this is it does sound like a funny concept. Then again, it's funny to think about, not to actually go through with. Oh yeah, Star versus the forces of evil and the Titanic, and then everybody laughs, and then we move on. You don't actually go and make a fanfic or a collection of artwork about it. You know? Okay. Oof. I'm getting way off track. I hate that guy Tom. Give him a lesson he'll never forget. Lucy spread her wings and flew at Tom. Demonic voice. You will never, you will never get my girlfriend, my girlfriend, says Tom in a demonic voice. I am not your girlfriend anymore, Tom. Why can't you see that? Asks Star. I would listen to her, Tom, says Lucy. Lucy fired a bolt of black lightning at Tom and sent him crashing into a wall. Lucy fired more black lightning at him. Let fear consume you completely, says Lucy. Tom saw everything as an endless black, horrible void of darkness, and it went on forever. Yeah, that's what endless means, dumbass. I just said I wouldn't. I gotta stop cursing so much. It went on forever. Tom's three eyes were blank and totally white, and and he was now rendered permanently blind. Punishment befitting the crime, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. Where are you all? I can't see anything. That's horrifying. No, that's genuinely terrifying. Whew, okay. Well, I can't see anything, exclaims Tom. What's happening? What's happened to him? Asks Star. I stripped him of his ability to see completely, and now he's forever blind, says Lucy. That is powerful, says Marco. Not as powerful as this, says Lucy. Lucy fired a blast of black lightning, and Tom was sealed inside a black, unbreakable crystal structure, and he was chained inside it. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, E&M. E&M, not ERZD. What did I get ERZD? Whatever. Yeah, that person's YouTube video channel. You are forever banished into the depths of space for all eternity and shall never again return. All of your fire powers now belong to Marco, and he will have a bonus, says Lucy. The black crystal flew into space, and he was never seen again. Tom had been stripped of his powers, disgraced, and forever exiled into the infinitely vast reaches of space for all eternity. And he's blind. Fucking awesome. I just cursed again. I'm sorry. I'll take a sip every time I curse. Yeah. Oh man. I deserve this. Oh, please, no more. No more yummy, yummy peach tea. That takes care of him, says Star. That was incredible. How did you do all of that? Asks Marco. I have dark powers. Darkness is what I do, says Lucy. Sure. I saw that, and it was awesome, says Lucy. I know. My name is Lucy Loud. It's a pleasure to meet you, Marco Diaz and Star Butterfly, says Lucy. Itchy, 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 itchy. Same here, says Star. Likewise, says Marco. Tom was completely obsessed with Star, and he wasn't going to stop until he got you, and destroyed Marco, says Lucy. That's not true. In the later seasons, right? He got like redeemed, right? Maybe. I don't remember. I've never actually watched Star. I've just seen clips. Destroyed Marco. Says Lucy. I can believe that, Lucy. Believe it. Thank you for saving us, says Star. You're welcome. I live over in Michigan in Royal Woods. You can come visit us sometime, says Lucy. Thank you, Lucy, says Marco. The simulator ended. Wow. Later it was time for lunch. Okay, everyone, what do you want for lunch? Asks Free. There was pizza last time. How about spaghetti? Is that all they eat? Spaghetti and pizza? Dude, I just stared at the wall for an unbroken like 8 seconds. I'm sorry. Dude, I like looked at the camera. I don't know why. Like the invisible camera that records all of our lives. Okay. Spaghetti does sound awesome right now, though. I am kind of super hungry for spaghetti. Everyone agreed. Spaghetti it is, says Vuri. Vuri had a Magisword bracelet on, and she spun it and pulled a Magisword out. Spaghetti dinner Magisword, announces the announcer. Vuri created a big bowl filled with spaghetti, and they ate it all. That was delicious, says Vuri. Hold on. Oof. Yeah, it's a shame that Magisword food has no nutritional value at all. Then why'd you eat it? And is that even true? So what? How does that even work? Does it? But it's still in your stomach. So all you've really done is like it's like if you filled your stomach with air, you know, you don't get anything out of it, but at least you feel full. But you're still gonna die if you don't get What? Why not just make spaghetti? I mean, you can. Why not order a pizza? Whatever. I'm getting hung up on stuff. That's a shame, says Luann. Yeah, says Eddie. It was good spaghetti, though, says Marie. I agree, says Don. It was tasty, says Lucy. You said it, guys. It's just as good as Dad's, says Lori. I love spaghetti. It's one of my favorite meals, especially with sausage, clams, and mussels. What? 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 Italian food is amazing. Dude, all food is amazing except British food and French food, but that's just because I don't eat French food. And Greek food. I've only had it a handful of times and I just don't like it. But Italian food, dude, all the different kinds of pasta, freaking pizza, obviously pizza. I like Japan. That's got amazing stuff. Sushi. I'm not. What am I talking about? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm super distractible right now. I don't know why. Clams and mussels, says Carol. Sounds tasty, says Vuri. That does sound good, says Shannon. Let's make a spaghetti dinner for everyone else when they get back, says Vuri. So you're gonna make spaghetti anyway? I guess it's spaghetti dinner, not weird. Do you still crap out the food? Maybe it just like, kind of disappears when you eat it, like in your stomach. It magics away. Cause like that's kind of I'm whatever. Sounds like a plan, says Eddie. It's was pasta do. It's was pasta do. It is was pasta do. Rimshot, ha ha, get it? Luann says. Eddie, Marie, Don, and Marie laughed. Ha 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 ha, good one, says Eddie. I was wrong, Luann. You're funny, says Marie. What did Marie call Luann unfunny? Maybe in like the last chapter. Maybe in like the big canker sister fight chapter. Maybe Marie said Luann was unfunny. Crazy callback. I agree, says Don. Later, they were watching reruns of The Dreamboat, and at 4:30 p.m., Vanzilla 2.0 came back. They're back, says Marie. They came in and found the dinner table full of bowls of spaghetti. Hey guys, dinner's ready, I say. They cheered. Yeah, woo, spaghetti. So how was everything, Vuri? I ask. It was awesome, and we had a bunch of developments happen. Like what? I ask. Vuri told us everything, and we were shocked and horrified. So Dawn lost her friends at the hands of Team Rocket? I ask. Yeah, answers Dawn. She got cosmic energy powers when a purple star appeared and touched her, says Vuri. I say, actually. She sure did, says Vuri. Let me see here, I say. I pull out my Legends book and found an amazing discovery. Dawn, you have no idea how lucky you are. You were given the powers of the stars by the star of Asteria, the goddess of the stars in Greek myth. She can only grant her powers to someone that has an overwhelming sense of justice, purity, and love towards everyone. They get powers that can shape the heavens themselves, whatever that means. It's not very descriptive, I say. That's incredible, says Vri. So I can do anything to the universe. Asks Don. Yeah, but this is an incredible power, Don, and with great power comes great responsibility, I say. Wow, did he just think of that? That's right, Don, says Laney. Trust me, it's not an easy thing, says Lola. I believe it, believe it. I've got a lot to learn, says Don, and we will help you, dude, says Luna. Thanks, guys, says Don. What really shocked me the most is that the Kanker's mom, Bebe, is a cold blooded and heartless murderer. I say, she's a total psychopath, says Laney. No kidding. Marie, we're very sorry that happened to you, says Lynn. It's all right, guys. But now I have some closure knowing that Mom is going to prison for life and Lee and May are back in Antarctica, says Marie. Yeah, well, they escaped once. Maybe they'll escape again. Hopefully for good, I say. Marie, I'm so sorry that happened to you, says Ed. Double D. Ed and Double D were with the Loud Kids. Okay. It's all right, Double D. My love for you has been a lie. I'm hoping I can move on and find the right person for me and not go after him like a pack of wolves. Wolf, like a wolf. You're one person, Marie. I'm proud of you, Marie, says Double D. Thanks, Double D, says Marie. We're proud of you, Marie. You've taken your steps to redemption, I say. Later, I called a press conference in Washington, D.C., and explained the ferocity of Baby Kanker's crimes. She was found guilty of all her crimes and was sentenced to death. That's that's weird. Feels like something like this would have been, you know, in early James Dean, he would have just sentenced her to a trillion billion years of prison and $1 billion trillion of money to him and his friends and family. But no, we're just going to pass off the death sentence. She was executed the following morning. Lee and May were put in the Triple Max Lake Vostok prison, this time with a terrible curse: eternal life without eternal youth. Yeah, that is fucking terrible. You fucking. I just cursed twice. I'm sorry. You can't do that, and I didn't even bring it up. But what's the point? I mean, what's the possibility that those other two girls were similarly, you know, abused by their mother? Marie was acting all mean and evil because of her mother's abuse. Why is that only true for her? It can totally be true for the other two. My God. I hate you. I hate you, James. You God, man. If I ever get super duper rich off of doing this, I will absolutely, in any way possible, within my powers, I will organize a boxing match between me and James, just so I have an excuse to hit him, because I have to hit him because he deserves it. This is nuts. I can't keep reading this. I feel like it's stealing my youth and giving it to him. Okay, the end. Another fan fiction completed. Three's babysitting adventure was an awesome. I wanted to add Dawn from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl to the mix. She's cool. I used to watch Pokemon all the time back when I was a kid, and it was awesome. It was awesome for a while. I also put in George of the Jungle from 1967 into the mix. That was funny. Not as funny as the movie, but just as good. The redemption of Marie Kanker and the reunion in Peach Creek was completely out of the blue for me. I also will be adding more adventures of Lucy, Star, and Marco in the future. Oh, good. Lucy versus the Star. What am I talking? Star versus the Forces of Evil is a funny and adventurous show. I'm hooked on it. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. I hated it. Pokemon series is owned by 4Kids Entertainments, lots of networks, and Takeshi Shudo. Star versus the Forces of Evil is owned by Disney and Darren Nefke. George of the Jungle 1967 is owned by J. Ward Productions, and NBC Universal Television Distribution. Okay, wonderful. I gotta apologize. I feel like I cursed a lot more in this one, and also, I got off track so many damn times. I don't know what the hell was over me. But one more audiobook before the 50 chapter quiz. That's something to look forward to. Go ahead and I'll have another uh, announcement at the beginning of the next audiobook. But if you're hearing this and you've got uh, quiz ideas, by all means, put them in. I might have to update the rules. I don't remember if I made any rules. But yeah, just don't do too many, because it's already a big if as to whether or not I'll wind up using them. Uh, oh my god, that scared the hell out of me. Sorry, I'm looking at the darkness over there, and it looks like a face. Okay, but yeah, there's a lot to choose from, and so if you're afraid yours might not get picked, that's like sorry, but that's just the nature of things. So I ask that you don't like flood the yeah no I put in a limit last time. What was it, like max of 2 or 3? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, maybe just think up some questions, and when I make like an official announcement on the Discord, then put them in. Okay. Yeah, great. See you next time.